My name is Garrett Sims. We have a very special episode of Sports Time Out for you. I sat down with my former athletic trainer, MacKenzie McInturff, to talk a little bit about her career and how she got to where she's at today and everything else in between. So we really hope you enjoy the episode. And with all that being said, it starts right now. My name is Garrett Sims. I have a very special guest, my former athletic trainer in high school, athletic trainer for the Odessa High School Bulldogs, MacKenzie McInturff. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
It's pretty awesome because we'll get to talk a little bit about it later, but you've been at Odessa for a long time.
Yeah.
Am I right if I said 7 years?
This is my 8th school year.
8th school year. That's a long time.
I know, it's crazy.
Before that, it was every 2 years.
Yep.
We would have a new one.
Yep.
So I just kind of want to get started by asking you, when did you know you wanted to be a trainer, and how did you know?
Oh gosh. If I'm being honest, I didn't know until my senior year of high school. I originally actually wanted to do physical therapy. And then, so I talked to my athletic trainer in high school, and she suggested to get my undergrad degree in athletic training, so it was going to be a lot easier. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. Signed to play softball at Culver Stockton College, and they had a really good athletic training program too, so it worked out great. And then my first athletic training class, I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. I don't want to be in a clinic at all. I want to be on the field. I want to be around sports. I love helping people. So it was just the perfect fit, honestly.
And just to ask you, you mentioned it there with softball, but like, what sports did you play growing up, and how did it kind of fuel you in your journey to become this?
Honestly, I only played softball. I wish I would have played more. Like, looking back as an athletic trainer, multi-sport athletes are just... it's a lot better on the body. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I was always intrigued by injuries. I was never, like, hurt where it took me out for months at a time or anything. I mean, bumps and bruises all the time, elbow pain with throwing. But that was kind of my, like, I was always so intrigued by them. They never grossed me out, like the dislocations or the broken bones. So that was kind of like, maybe this is for me.
And just to kind of go a little bit further, high school, you went to school at St. Charles, so where did you go to? Is that the high school that you went to? What was that kind of high school, and did you have any favorite achievements from your time playing?
So I graduated in 2014. We did not have the greatest softball program, but I did actually have the career hits record for a little bit. That got beat a couple of years ago by a really good girl, Kylie Sweeney was her name, I'm pretty sure. I think I might have held the doubles record as well. I think that just got beat a couple years ago also. But, I mean, it was a lot of fun.
It's awesome to have records, too.
Yeah. When they got beat, my high school coach, my parents actually went to high school with him, but he gave me the actual board for
so now
it.
You have it.
Yeah, signed the back of it, and it's somewhere in my apartment. But yeah, so it's been pretty cool to have those.
And you kind of mentioned with college you went to Culver Stockton, but what was that program kind of like? And you said that you fell in love, so was it things in classes? Was it learning about the muscles, or what kind of drew you to this?
So it was a very small school, NAIA school. I don't think I would have thrived in a bigger school. I like that one-on-one attention, I guess you could say, with the teachers. It was like a family, basically. Mm-hmm. I mean, when I graduated, we had 5 kids in the athletic training program of my class, so we got really, really close. I wanted to go get away from St. Charles because I wanted to experience being out of town. It was only a 2-hour drive, so it was perfect distance for me. But the campus is beautiful. There's not much to do around there. It's kind of small. A little bit smaller than Odessa, I guess you could say, or maybe close to it. But it was just such an awesome school. It may not be for everyone, but it was like a perfect fit for me.
Perfect. And so kind of gets you to Odessa when you kind of came to Odessa. What was that like, and what was kind of your first impression?
Okay, so it's actually a really funny story. I did not want to work with high school athletes at all. I wanted to strictly do college. But this job opportunity came up. It was that 2-year program. Mm-hmm. It was with Athletic Care Sports Health Foundation. And they helped us pay for our master's degree. And it would be for 2 years. And then after that 2 years, they would get a new athletic trainer. It's actually based in St. Louis. I don't know how they had the relationship with Odessa, but on the job application, when it said they had one position out of town, I was like, sign me up. If it pays for my master's degree, perfect. I can get through 2 years and then I'll go work at a college. So then my first month or so here, I just fell in love with it. I really did. We have just such a great community, and they all supported me, especially for being so new. Athletes supported me, the coaches, admin. That's what made me fall in love with Odessa. And then, so after that 2 years was up, I just wanted to stay.
Yeah.
So Cirque, actually, I had a relationship with them. I'd meet with them once a month, but they actually picked up the contract to keep me here full time. And then I just have been here ever since.
And we're really glad for it. I mean,
yeah.
Because I'll get to ask about it later, but I mean, the relationships you get to build and stuff like that, because 2 years isn't enough. That sucks for everybody.
It does.
Because I know the trainer we had for 2 years, we loved her a lot, and then it's like, we got to meet you. So, I mean, it's in that sense you get to meet new people, but in that sense, like, the relationships and stuff you build.
Right.
And, you kind of talked about it, but what's that meant to you to be here long term and to get to stay here?
Yeah, it's been awesome. I really couldn't ask for a better place to be. When my parents, they'll be like, "Oh, we're gonna come back to St. Charles." I'm like, "Sorry, no." I'm like, "This is my home." I just have never felt so welcome before somewhere, and it's just, I just love it here. I really do.
And ask you a little bit about the relationships and stuff, but like, what's your favorite you probably had a lot, but what's some of your favorite relationships with coaches? And to kind of add on to this, what was it first like meeting Coach Thomas?
It was a little intimidating at first, I can't lie. I mean, but we had a really great relationship for 7 years, I guess it is. He was a great person to work for. He taught me some things that I didn't know, and then vice versa. But with our coaches, again, we just had such great relationships. They've always respected me, and that's all I can ask as someone who's taking care of their players. Favorite memories, though? I mean, I gotta say, state championship in 2019. That was so cool to be a part of. My family was there, too. Like, they were so invested. My mom is so invested in sports here also, even though my brother's a high schooler at St. Charles West right now. But it was such a fun day. It really was.
Well, let me see how good my memory is. If I remember correctly, we were standing next to each other when Briley returned it, and I looked at you and I said, "This is not happening the way it's happening right now," and it did. So
yeah, it was just so cool. It's just indescribable, especially as such a young athletic trainer, only being in it that was my second year.
Yeah.
Like, it was just so fun.
To be dropped into a really good program, and not only that, but now you've had the wrestling program get good over the last couple of years, and I think the volleyball team, the softball, you could go all the sports across, but they've gotten better.
They really have. And I'm really excited for this season for all of our sports. And I tell them I'm like, if you guys make it to postseason, as long as I'm able to, I will travel with you guys. So, and I'm really hoping, not that I don't want our other teams to go, but I'm really hoping softball does this year, because they deserve it.
Oh, they really are so good. And that's what we talk about all the time when you have Oak Grove and you have Odessa, that are two of the most premier teams that close, and they have to play each other. I mean, they're a really good team.
Yeah. I have a feeling the district championship is going to be us and Oak Grove again, so that'll be exciting to see.
Get everybody out there.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of wanted to ask you, what's kind of your favorite parts of doing this job, like being a trainer?
The relationships. I mean, I've been here so long now that I've had so many families come through and siblings, like you and your sister, and so just getting to keep those relationships after you guys all graduate, it's just fun to watch you guys grow up, I guess you could say. Like, just thinking about now I'm working with one of my former athletes, Coach Will Fox, because he was a senior my first year at Odessa, so that's been really fun. But yeah, just the relationships, watching you guys grow up, it's really cool to see. And
I kind of want to mention this because I know you and Colby were close, but to see the cool things he's doing with rugby and Bryce and Caleb.
I love seeing all of those guys continue to do that. It's so fun. I love it for them. I really do.
Oh, and I hope he makes it to the Olympics. I hope they all do.
That'd
I know Bryce and
cool.
Zane have been saying that for a little bit, but I think they could do it.
That would be so cool.
And we kind of talked about it. You go to every single one of the playoff games if they make it. And so what's maybe in your recent memory one of the most favorite, other than state, I know more recent memory, what's been one of the funner games that you've been at?
Oh, I will say, I got to travel with volleyball last year to the state tournament, so that was a lot of fun. That's a hard one because there's been so many, just close games. Anything... not a playoff game, but beating Pleasant Hill last week, actually. We were so due for that win. I was having a bit of a heart attack on the sidelines because we were pretty comfortable at halftime, but then once it got closer towards the end of the game, I was a little nervous there, but thankfully they pulled it out because I don't think these seniors have beat Pleasant Hill, so it probably would have been...
I think 2021 is the last time that we beat them.
Yeah, so we were due. From someone who's not around here, I know Oak Grove's a big rival, but sometimes I feel like Pleasant Hill's an even bigger rival.
I said that over, since even when we were playing, remember, they went down and scored a touchdown on the first drive, and then we got punched in the mouth. We didn't know what to do.
Right.
So, no, they've been on the up and up, and I've been kind of surprised that they're where they're at. But no, I totally agree with you. And I know I talked about it, but other than state, was there any football games in recent memory, that kind of stand out to you?
Oh, I've worked so many at this point. This year, I've been kind of busy on the sidelines. So the first couple of weeks, I feel like I haven't been able to watch many. Always beating Oak Grove is always the I-70 series.
That was a tough one, too.
That was. I will say, my first year here, we won that I-70 trophy back, and we've had it ever since, so I always look forward to that game. Yeah, knock on wood, seriously.
Just did it. Gotta make sure. Yeah. Well, and that's what I was gonna say, so, do you go to the state wrestling tournament, too?
We typically have, basketball games going on. I will always have my laptop and my phone pulled up on Track Wrestling, watching it live, typically. I've gone in the past. I haven't worked it. I love wrestling too. It's my brothers both wrestled, and it's just a fun sport to watch. And just watching other schools too, just the talent there, because it's such a mentally tough single sport, but also a team sport at the same time. So I'll go if I'm able to, but I don't want to work it just because I don't want to tell someone during the state championship match if they hit their head and they're experiencing concussion symptoms that they can't continue to wrestle because of that. I would just be heartbroken for that person. So if I get the chance to go, I do love to go just to watch wrestling.
And I just asked that because I was going to say, is there one sport you like watching more than any? I know you're a softball player, so it's going to be a little biased. But...
Right. I will say, I do love working football because, I'm involved with you guys for at least 9 weeks every single day. Sometimes 15 weeks for game day if you're going all the way to state. So, and I'm involved in every single play almost with that. Wrestling, I do love working as well. It's, I do love working. I really can't say that I don't love working one sport over the other. So, but... Probably football. Sorry to all my other players that are listening to this. I do love working with football, but I like watching all of us have success too. So.
And I want to ask you kind of what's your philosophy with these guys when you build relationships with them and they do get injured. What are you kind of trying to encourage them and help them with?
Come to see me. That's what I'm there for. Because sometimes I may be these kids' direct form of healthcare. So it's just making sure that you're doing the things that you need to do, coming in, getting treatment, going through rehab exercises, but also doing them at home too and taking care of yourself. That's just the biggest thing. Keeping up with their nutrition and their hydration, sleep. Those are all important factors in injury recovery. So it's just taking care of themselves also besides just me taking care of them.
Yeah. And I want to ask you, is there anything you've learned while you're kind of doing this that kind of hits you and you take with you moving forward?
Just take it day by day. Every day is a new day. It's, like I said, something's different every single day. And that's why I think I like it so much. It's not super consistent. I don't want anyone to ever be injured. So when we don't have any injuries, it's also great. But... Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
Okay. I just like asking. I asked Coach Thomas and the same
absolutely.
thing. So get in a little bit about the relationships. What type of relationships do you build? And then not only that, what have been some of your kind of not favorite, I know that's a hard word to say, but what are some of the ones that have stuck out and that you've been really a maybe cornerstone or pillar for them?
Like I said, with athletes that keep up with me after graduation, it's I love to watch them succeed in life, whether they're in college, whether they're in a trade, whether doing this,
Yeah.
like keeping those relationships. It's just, I still care about you guys, even after you guys graduate, even if I haven't seen you in a couple of years. Like, I saw Kyle Berman out a few weeks ago, well, a couple months ago, actually. But just getting to see some of those kids, well, adults now.
Yeah.
It's been really cool. I keep up with Brittany Affolter a lot, too, with her little brother being in high school still. So, like, keeping up watching her playing softball and killing it down at SEMO. Have a really great relationship with her family. I just have great relationships with literally everyone. It's just, I love it. I really do.
And I think it speaks to, like, sometimes this in high school, we don't always get the best coaches. We don't get the best trainers and stuff like that. So, like, I think it speaks volumes to you and your passion for this, like, how welcome that people feel, and that conversation can keep going.
Oh, yeah.
And I wanted to kind of ask you, what's maybe something people don't know about what you do day to day?
It's not just about the taping the ankles or giving out ice. There's a lot of paperwork that I have to do behind the scenes, logging treatments, making injury notes, reaching out to doctors, creating those doctor relationships, meetings, concussion protocols, like over the summer, getting all my policies and procedures ready for the next year, checking physicals, making sure all of those are good, adding new athletes into my injuries, or my medical record tracking system. There's a lot of admin type of work that you don't realize. Continuing education, like I have to have 50 continuing education unit credits every 2 years, so that's like going to conferences over the summer, classes online. Like there's quite a lot that you have to go through as an athletic trainer, and a lot of times people don't realize that, especially in college. Like that first athletic training class that I had, we had probably 50 in there, and like I said, we graduated with 5 in the program.
My goodness.
In my class, I should say. So it's a lot of behind the scenes work.
And I just kind of wanted to say, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. We talked about Coach Jewell a lot, and we got to. Can I say that you sat in on the interviews? Am I allowed to say that? Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So what was kind of like that process like? What were you looking for with some of the things that these coaches were saying? And I just kind of wanted to ask you, because you were there.
Yeah, absolutely. I was so lucky to be on that interview board. I work with football coaches, like I said earlier, every day for at least 9 weeks of game weeks. So I definitely wanted to be in there. His first couple of things he said, when we said tell about himself, he said he was in the Coast Guard, I believe it was. So I'm like, all right, that's good. He can be strict if he needs to be, type of thing. And then he was huge on relationships, and that's what I also loved. He was talking about a former player towards the end of his interview, and he was starting to get choked up a little bit, and I was like, you know what, that's what we need. We need a big relationship guy, and someone who's still kind of going to be hard on them, but in a good, positive way. So that's what I loved about him, and I always, in all the interviews, I asked, like, hey, have you had experience working with athletic trainers? Because there are some schools out there that still don't have one, because MSHA does not require it. But so that's what I really liked, and I saw the way he was interacting with some of the players, and I'm like, I think that might be our guy. So, and we all agreed upon it, so it worked out just great.
Yeah, and I think it's worked out great even now.
Absolutely.
So, he's a heck of a guy.
He's been pretty cool to work with. I really respect him, and he respects me and all the decisions I make, and it's been really great.
And that's awesome. Something I kind of wanted to ask is, if you were talking to somebody maybe you want to get in athletic training, what would you tell them?
So the route I went, it used to be just a bachelor's degree, so you'd get your 4-year degree in Bachelor's of Science in Athletic Training, but it's changed since, I think in 2020 is when it officially changed. It's a straight master's degree program, so you'd get your undergrad degree in probably like health sciences, kinesiology, something along those lines, and then you'd go to the master's program, whether UCM has one, Culver Stockton has one, the master's program. There's a few other schools, I think on the Kansas side, I just can't think off the top of my head, that have the master's degree program. So, and that's a 5.5, 6 total school lengths with the undergrad master's degree, so it's like 2 years of master's. But it's just talking to your athletic trainer, whether it's an Odessa athletic me, whether it's Oak Grove schools talking to their athletic trainer, just because we know a lot of people. The athletic training world is very, very, very small, and we could get you in that direction of where you need to go, get you in contact with who you need to go to, but just also understand that it's more than just the taping the ankles, and I always say it takes a special someone to be, especially a high school athletic trainer, because usually half the time you're the only person dealing with however many sports, so. And
not only that, you're working long hours and everything like that, so.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of get to some of the fun questions. I've always wanted to ask you this. You're a Cardinals fan, which in this side of the state is a little different. I just wanted to ask you, what's your love for the Cardinals like in...
Yeah, I mean, for almost 8-9 years, I was going to opening weekend every single year. This past year I didn't get to go because we had a baseball tournament, which was fine, but it's been rough the last couple of years being a Cardinals fan. I'm really missing Yadier Molina being out there because he was my favorite player. But I do love Cardinal baseball, but again, I'm a bad fan because I didn't watch a lot of baseball this year.
Well, you're pretty busy, though, too,
That is also true.
I just wanted to ask you, throughout your time at Odessa, what's maybe the funniest story or anything like that you have?
Gosh.
There's probably a lot of them.
It's...
Like a dumb injury, maybe, that you thought was something, maybe something else.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the funniest things are just some of the comments and things that these kids say. I mean, I have a running, notes on my phone of the funniest things that they say that makes me laugh. Like, there was one person that told me, Mac, I don't know what arthritis feels like, but I feel like that's what I have in my back. And I just shook my head, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So it's just some of the funniest little quotes that they say, and it's just, they make me laugh. They really do.
And I was going to say, how often do you hear 6-7 now?
Oh my gosh. It's a cheer on the sidelines.
Oh, no.
And yeah, it's every time someone says it, I'm like, just what does it mean? So I feel like I just stopped asking. I just roll my eyes.
Well, I'll have one more for you.
Okay.
Barry Blank, did you see the video of him on the four-wheeler, the 6-7 video on the four-wheeler?
I did not.
Oh my god. I'm going to have to get on Gabe Stutter about that, because I asked him to send it to me, never sent it to me, and every time I bring it up with everybody, they're like, I haven't seen it.
Oh,
it's the funniest thing. Imagine him on a little red, four-wheeler, but it's a trike, and he's just doing a wheelie.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, you have to show me that one once you get it.
I'll open it up to you. Anything else that you really want to say?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head. Just, if my athletes are listening to me, just please come see me if you need anything. You guys know you always have open access to me. Take care of yourselves and hydrate.
Yeah.
Hydrate.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate you coming in here and doing it. So.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
This has been our guest interview with trainer MacKenzie McInturff. We're here at the end of Sports Timeout with guest MacKenzie McInturff. It was so cool to get to interview MacKenzie, and I can't thank her enough for her time and coming in here and doing this with me. I want to thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Make sure you're picking up your copy of the Odessa to get all the other sports information we're not mentioning on the podcast, as well as local government news and information. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next week.